Hey, Kevin here, Mr. DIY Dork from DIYDork.com. Today I want to show you a really cool and fun way to make some extra money by flipping Craigslist furniture my way. So check this out, I think you're going to like it. Alright, so in this first video in my little series here about flipping furniture, I want to show you how to do the hunt. And what we're talking about here is finding the right piece that has kind of the right look, the right styling for the area where you live, but it's priced just right so that you can do a little bit of work and make it a lot more valuable. And that way, people will actually buy it and you make a pretty good sale on it instead of sitting on it forever or wasting your money on it. So to start the sale, I just recommend getting on Craigslist, go to the furniture section and scroll through the first several pages and just get an overall feel for what's being listed. And do this, only takes about 20 or 30 minutes, and do it every day for maybe a week or so, maybe a few days before you decide to buy something, so that you just have an overall feel for what's being listed. You want to see if it's a lot of high-end contemporary stuff or like low-end particle board junk. Maybe you live in a coast and it's more beachy coastal stuff, or you live in an area where it's more country styled or antique-y, and you just want to get a feel for what's being listed. And you want to look for the good pieces, not the junk. I call that the garage sale grandma stuff, and it's the outdated 1987 wall-mounted quilt with a goose painted in the center and heart cutouts, and it's seafoam green and mauve crackle painted. Even with a new paint job, this thing is not going to sell. So try to avoid things like that. You actually want to look for pieces that have really good bones to them, and it's stuff that people actually need. So think more along the lines of like dressers or coffee tables or end tables or dining room tables or chairs or things like that that are kind of real basic furniture needs that people actually need. As cool as it is to turn an old door into a desk with interesting legs and a glass top, not everyone's looking for that, and it's a lot harder to sell than just a really nice dresser that was ugly, no one wanted it, so you bought it, just sanded it down, repainted it, now it's super awesome and it's going to sell well. So that's the types of things we're looking for. So then you also want to settle on what you're actually looking for. So let's say you decide to do a dresser because they do really well. Then you want to look at the prices. You want to look at the top end, the almost new looking stuff, how much it's being listed for, and then like the bottom line broken particle board junk, what it's being listed for. Because there's someone out there that has a total piece of junk and they're still trying to get 20 bucks out of it. So you can figure that somewhere in between is going to be the sweet spot. And you'll notice that most of them are listed right in the middle, and that's going to be about what you can price yours at. So then what you want to do is find a piece that's just as nice as that mid-range. Like where I live, the mid-range is between $75 up to maybe $150 for one dresser. So I try to find one that's priced a little lower than that, but is just as good a shape, so that way I can do a little bit of work and then I can sell it and definitely make a lot more money off of it. Alright, so let's say that you do find one you think it's probably going to be pretty good. What you want to do is look at the pictures and figure out if it's actually good quality or not. You want to make sure that, like if it's a dresser, that it's real wood, or the metal accents are actually real metal, and it's not particle board and plastic. There was one time I actually bought a dresser, 25 bucks. It was so cheap I thought I could do something with it. I got it home and it was particle board with plastic drawer fronts. It was a total piece of junk and we ended up just throwing it away. It was a total waste of money. So make sure it's real, because when someone buys from you, they're looking exactly the same thing. They want a real piece and not a piece of junk. So try to get something decent that's priced right. Also, when you buy these kind of lower price pieces, they almost always need work. So make sure that it doesn't need more work than your makeover skills can take care of. So, if you're only comfortable doing a paint job, which is easy, make sure the piece you buy only needs a paint job and it doesn't have, a broken drawer front, or maybe one of the legs is busted, or, it's a table and chairs and every single chair is wobbly and you don't know how to fix it. Only try to get a piece that you can actually do, at least when you start out. Eventually you can build up skills and be able to fix things like that. You also want to make sure it's an awesome price. Like I said, find a piece that is just as nice as the mid-range stuff, but it's priced lower and needs just a little bit of work. It's almost always going to be a good deal if it's the real, real wood, real metal, not total junk. And then that way you can actually double or triple your money, because let's say the average is between $75 and $150, $100 is right in the middle. So if we buy a piece for 40 bucks and we put $10 worth of work, then we sell it for 100 bucks, we doubled our money. So that's kind of the, the trick here, is to find a decent piece, sell it for pretty good money. So what I did was, I'm show you an example throughout the rest of these videos. So I was looking through Craigslist and I was thinking of maybe doing another dresser. I actually have several in waiting, but I decided to do a little something different. you know, looking through all the pages, there's a lot of lazy boys. There's a lot of you know, coffee tables with glass tops and brass legs and just ugly pieces that didn't look right. But then I found this coffee table. It's only 30 bucks and it has amazing bones to it. I could just tell this thing's going to be really good. So when I clicked on it, opened it up, I looked at all the pictures, and this thing's actually really cool. It's really clean lined. I know it'd look cool to kind of do a contemporary distressed look to it, so that it's kind of modern and still kind of country, which will do really well in this area. Great bones to it. And it turns out that I've actually done a coffee table like this before, and what it is a really, really old like farm dining table that somewhere in the past someone chopped it down and turned it into a coffee table. And the one I had before sold really well, so I'm actually going to do very similar idea on this one too, and I know it's going to do well. So you know, 30 bucks, this thing's going to be great. I know we're going to make good money on it, you know, for the rest of these videos. So what I want you to do is go ahead, check out the rest of the videos in this series, and then also subscribe. I'm going to have a lot more cool, you know, how-to videos like this and little mini-series and, you know, whatever. And anyway, I just appreciate it if you'd subscribe and then check out the rest of the series, because I think you're going to learn a lot, and it's a really cool hobby to get into. So thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.